Potato chips, quite a sharp-looking tractor there. GMC, Middlesworth's Potato Chips, kitchen fresh. They got their start in Beavertown here, about a half a block from here, or about back in the 1947, 48. And I used to run down, I know myself, and watch them make chips. And then they got too big, and expansion caused them to move to Middleburg. But they originated in Beavertown, Middlesworth's Chips. Here comes a float from one of our sister towns, McClure, Kirby Manufacturing. Kirby Manufacturing makes nightwear and shirts, as you can see. One lady sitting at the machine sewing up a nightgown. Some of the girls sitting on there are all dressed up in their nightwear. It sort of please some of our male fellas, to say the least. And then the West Snyder Boosters. Here's a group of people that don't run out of energy, I'll tell you. They done so much. They said it couldn't be done, but they done it. They put lights around our soccer field. Now they're working on bleachers, and they already purchased some of the bleachers. And we'll be having bleachers at our soccer games to sit on and lights so that we can have night soccer. Mifflinburg Police Rescue from the same town that the Wildcat Band was from. And then I think possibly the oldest piece of firefighting equipment on wheels in the parade, and that's a pumper from Freeburg. It dates back to 1876, a Model T, 1876. This is followed by their equipment truck. Ah, yes, coming into view, keep Pennsylvania green and clean. Yes, I guess too. Well, right now we're in a drought, and brush fires and forest fires, I'll tell you, they could be serious. And this is a float put in by John Swartz of Troxaville, who is the local forest warden. It's driven by his daughter-in-law, Smokey up there waving. The kids get a big kick out of this, having Smokey. It means a lot to the children to have a float like this. Now another entry from one of our neighboring communities, Klein Motors. Sells Chrysler Plymouth products. Again, that garage was originated by his father, Roy Klein, and now is owned and managed by his son, Ray W. Klein. Have a Plymouth convertible and some of the smaller Plymouth automobiles. We thank them for coming down and entering our parade. Followed by that, we have two individuals. I don't know who they are, but they're drawing quite a bit of attention. It's hard to say whether male or female, but they're putting on a little show. But I would almost have to believe that it's two males. I think they just appear to me like they might be two males dressed up. And it's pretty good, I tell you. Enter our parade. We could tell you who they are, but that would give away a secret. But they're both active firemen. Penns Creek, my gosh, I almost missed them. Penns Creek Fire Truck. Have a lot of young-looking fellows on there, and this is great to get the young fellows interested in the fire companies so that we have something to make these fire companies active in the future. This is what we need, young people. This is something that I noticed, too, in this parade. A lot of the fire trucks that are in the parade have a lot of young individuals, and this is good. Get them active. Middleburg, Reliance Hose Company, #1. Here they have their ambulance to lead off, their rescue truck to follow, and then in line is their pumper, and then their tank truck is behind that to get you up to date here. We're falling a little bit behind sometimes, but we talk too much about different individuals, but we hate to miss anybody, and we like to give everyone the same amount of publicity. Middleburg Ambulance Rescue 5-1, and of course they're followed by their pumper, and then their tank truck. That tank truck is quite a piece of equipment. As it comes into line, into view, you'll see it. It's a tandem, and I don't know what the water capacity of it is, but it's 15. Well, I've been instructed by my director here, Rusty, that it's 15,000. And international pumper, an international tank truck. Thank you for the Tootsie Roll. Our tank truck is driven by Terry Poland, and beside Terry, if you can see him, is our fire chief, Mail and Army guest. Yes, sir, you can see Mail and the fire chief sitting over there, and the driver's Terry Poland. Thank you.
Thanks, we appreciate that.
Next is a float from the First National Trust Bank here in Beavertown, a branch of First National Trust out of Sunbury, and this is where we're broadcasting from, right in front of the First National Trust Bank of Beavertown. Its float is driven by their manager, Mr. Park Thomas, and some of the employees' daughters are sitting on. It's quite an authentic float, really. It looks real realistic. Next, we have the New Berlin Ladies Auxiliary, group of ladies who took time to come over and march in our parade this evening. I might remind you that it's the Fireman's Parade, 1980. 1980. Ladies Auxiliary from New Berlin, Pennsylvania. We thank them for coming. Next is the New Berlin Pumper in line, an international. They have an active company over there. They have about 4 pieces of firefighting equipment, and they have a good active ambulance group. Next is our own local 4-H group, Snyder County here and from the Beavertown area. They have a float in the back of the pickup of Park Amiller, and the 4-H Club of Snyder County Horse and Pony Club, and I guess you can see the horses coming into line here. Must be about 10 or 12 of them, horses. Snyder County 4-H Horse and Pony Club, and most of these riders are from right around the Beavertown area here and some of the outlining areas. Next coming in the line, we have the fire company from Richfield, and next week will be their big days in the Richfield area, what they call Dutch Days, and it draws quite a crowd. Richfield Dutch Days. I'll tell you, I was over several times, planning on going over this year. Richfield Dutch Days. It's a Chevrolet cab over. Next we have St. Peter's Independent Bible Church. A nice float, a good-looking float. And one thing that sticks out in my mind, most of the people on that float are young people. And this is so good. This is what we need. Today's youth is tomorrow's hope. And I'll tell you, if that's any indication, we have a lot to look forward to. Entirely young people. Beautiful float. Fremont Fire Department. I think this is a tank truck and pumper combined. Tank truck only. And people in there that we know have to wave a little to them. It's a new truck. They just got it last year. It's a good-looking truck. Hi. Good-looking truck. Orange and white. Then comes the Crotzerville.